Hello, everyone. Hi there. Happy Monday. Happy Martin Luther King Day. It has been an absolutely fantastic day for me so far in Berkeley, California. And part of the reason that it's so fantastic is because of what happened to me yesterday. So I just want to share the story with you today. And then otherwise, I'm going to be sharing a very personal anecdote in the story with you today. So feel free to interject with comments and questions and stuff throughout, but I just want to get really personal and really real. It's hard to be anything but real on Martin Luther King Day, right? And it's important for us to really check in and say, like, what matters most. And that's for sure 100% of what is coming up for me right now. So, why did my beautiful, wonderful day start yesterday? Because I received the third message over the weekend about changes that were happening for three of the members in my executive ahead of time 6-week group coaching intensive. And these were corporate leaders who joined the program in November of 2020. And they went through the 6-week program together. And then now, after just 8 weeks of us working together, now promotions are starting to happen. And not only are they sending me notes and saying, oh my gosh, thank you for the promotion, right? Like they're actually saying, thank you for helping me refocus on what mattered most to me and what I really wanted to be doing at work and the value that I want to bring as a corporate leader. And so the message in particular yesterday, so I had spoken with this woman. She was actually, when she first joined executive ahead of time, she was feeling very frustrated. It was November. So we had just had the election in November, and there was also a lot of big changes at work. So she was feeling distraught because of the election and all of the things being thrown at her at that time emotionally. And then she was also feeling frustrated at work because she had a new boss. She had just received a promotion again, which is amazing, but she also was still doing her old job, right? So these are the things that were happening for her. And she wasn't sure if she should join the program because she just felt very overwhelmed. And I assured her that she should. And I told her that this program was going to help her slow down and figure out what actually mattered most to her. So she did. And if you're listening to this and you're feeling the same way, you're feeling drawn to do something different in 2021 about your career, but you're not quite sure if you should take the plunge into a 6-week group program, I want to encourage you as well to say yes, because we start on Wednesday. In just 2 days, we're going to have our first group coaching session. And all you have to do is go to executiveaheadofTime.com to register. And I'm going to put it in here so that you have the link. Okay, so that's the link. I want you to go register, and I want you to just say yes. Join us on Wednesday. If you have questions, shoot me a DM, right? Whatever is coming up for you, because I want to address that, and I want to make sure that you get everything that you want out of the 6 weeks that we're going to have together, but more importantly, out of your career, right? So one of the things that I mentioned to her, so she was actually something that was very profound for her in the program was this concept of 3Xing your vision. And that's actually what today's live is all about. The training is, that I'm going to be giving you is some tips on how you can use a 3X vision to really expand your possibilities. So she's feeling frustrated. She doesn't know what to do next and how to get out of it. And so rather than just continuing to spin in that frustration, she decided to join the program. When she joined the program, she got an outside perspective. She was able to see the bigger picture, right? This is all 3X vision. She was able to take a step back and to really say, okay, what actually matters to me? And so she had this new boss, and she started showing up very differently to this new boss in terms of partnership. That is something that I talk about a lot in all of my trainings and on my podcast is how can we be partners with our leadership team instead of feeling like they're above us? And how can we be partners with our team instead of feeling like they're below us, right? We're all in this together. And I know that for many of you, equality is a big thing. Fairness is a big thing, right? It's that thing that irks you the most when people aren't treated fairly, including you, right? And so you care about this. So let's start creating partnerships with people and start meeting ourselves where we truly are. So she started to be able to find this in herself. And then she actually had a job interview, and she said to me, Stacy, I cannot work for another company where they just really don't give a shit about white people. I mean, about diversity, right? If they really don't take this seriously, I just don't think I can do this anymore. I don't think I have it in me to move jobs and work for somebody who doesn't take this seriously. And so I encouraged her to ask, right? I gave her the tools in that interview process to ask gracefully, right? To ask directly, but also gracefully, so that we don't feel like we're coming out with an agenda, but yet we also want to be very firm and we want to say, this is a priority to me. And she was able to do that. And so the text message that I got yesterday that brought tears to my eyes was, she said that she got offered the job in 45 minutes of that interview. I'm like getting goosebumps, sorry. She got offered the job, and the person who was hired, the hiring manager, said, I knew within 5 that you were the person that I wanted. And then she was also able to openly ask her diversity question, really understand what they wanted in terms of diversity and what their goals were. And he talked for another 20 minutes about that. So now not only did she get the job offer, but she's very clear about what she wants. She's clear about what the job responsibilities are. She's clear about how she's going to have success once she gets there. So all of these things, and just since November, right? She said yes to executive ahead of time, 6 weeks of working together, and then now she's able to say yes to this opportunity where she can really create change. And that is what I'm looking to do with each and every one of you. I am on a mission to bring more diversity to the leadership table by giving you the tools to get yourself promoted into senior executive leadership. There is a path. There's a promotion pathway to get senior executives promoted, right? It's actually a thing. And I've worked on it over the years with one-on-one clients, and I've put it all together in my executive ahead of time. Like I said, our first coaching session is Wednesday. So if you're feeling called at all, just say yes. If you have questions and you're not ready to say yes because of whatever, send me an email, right? Shoot me a message, send me a direct message and let me know, because I am here for you. And I want to make sure that you have everything that you need in order to be successful. Now, let me tell you my fun personal story, right? So that was personal. I was getting emotional again. And here's my fun story. So one of the processes that I talk about in executive ahead of time and work with all my clients about is how to 3x your vision, and how we can actually use that as a practical strategy and a tool to advance ourselves into senior executive positions. It works 2 ways. We sort of get out of our head. We're able to get that big picture view, which is also coincidentally what senior executives need to do. They need to be able to have a big picture, right? They need to be able to see what's actually going on. So that's the first thing. It helps you broaden your view, broaden your perspective. But the other thing is it helps you make decisions along the way. So you actually ask yourself, what would a CFO do? What would a CEO do? What would, if I had my boss's boss's job, what would I do differently? How would I do, what meetings would I attend? What would I delegate? What kind of responsibilities, right? So it starts to help you make decisions today about the future. So I was trying to think of like an example of this, and I was like, oh my God, I remember when I was obsessed with Zach Braff. So I was living in New York City, and I had written an off-Broadway show called The Funeral Logs. And this was, first of all, it was a comedy about funerals, right? I've always thought outside of the box. I've always saw things different than most people. And so I had been producing this show for a while, performing in it, and I wanted to take it to that next step. I was like, I want this show to go to Broadway, right? And I remember I was interviewing producers, and one of the producers asked me who I wanted to direct the show. And I said, Zach Braff. And I was like, I don't even know where that came from, but the idea that came to me was he was totally in Scrubs at the time. So this kind of dates it and tells you when I was, like, this is a while ago, 10 plus years ago. And I said, yeah, because he is the best at comedy and drama, right? Like serious real life situations, but bringing light and humor to it. And he's hands down the best. So this producer all of a sudden got very interested in me, right? So I still have to convince this producer to work with me. But just by saying that I wanted Zach Braff to direct my show, I could tell he instantly perked up, right? He instantly leaned in. He instantly said, oh, let's see how we can make that happen, right? So I hired him as my producer and we started creating a plan. What would it take to get Zach Braff to direct my show? And you know what we did? We thought bigger. We made decisions about the show today based on where we were headed, right? We were like, if we're going to take this not only to Broadway, but we're also going to have Zach Braff direct it, then we might need to change a few things, right? And so we made decisions. And we made those decisions along the way, which helped both me and the show be successful. Now, Zach Braff did not direct the show. We actually were never able to fully get in touch with Zach Braff, but the people that we met along the way, the decisions that we made, and the energy and the confidence that it brought out in me is what kept that show running for an entire year after that and took it to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which is one of the largest theater festivals in the world, because of the decisions that I made that day, that 3X vision. This is what I teach corporate leaders to do, is how can we 3X that vision and start thinking bigger and make decisions about today based on that future vision. So if you want to start doing this, if you want to say, you know what, I am tired of waiting to be told what to do. I am tired of waiting for that next opportunity. And I'm for sure not willing to continue to get passed up for promotion after promotion for the next 20 years of my career, then I invite you to go to executiveaheadofTime.com and sign up, because we start in 2 days. The program is $19.95. That's it. For $19.95, you can get yourself set up to not only be a shoo-in for your next promotion, but your next promotion and your next promotion and your next promotion. This program also creates success. So just like the woman that I mentioned at the beginning, if you didn't get to listen, please go back and listen to her story. That happened in just 6 weeks. She had the ability to not only say yes to this new opportunity, but to ask the hard questions and to really challenge how she's going to show up in this new role. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please feel free to DM me if you have any questions or thoughts about what I've shared with you today. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your Martin Luther King Day and enjoy your holiday. Okay, take care. Bye.